Hello out there! For everyone who's stuck with me, I thank you very much. And we are going to get into the Final Faction Heroic Cast with Alpha Team 1, starting with Master Sergeant Steadfast. Now I decided to start with the aliens and work my way to the heroes because with the heroes, the upgrade weapon packs are a little bit hard to figure out what's supposed to go with who because they aren't clearly labeled. Oh, and you're probably going to hear a lot of loud rumbles like that. That is because a massive thunderstorm is going on right now, so I apologize in advance. Okay, so Sergeant Steadfast is the cyborg. He has the robotic arm, and he has this cool helmet. The helmet slides very neatly over his head. Fits perfectly, doesn't feel janky or like it's going to scrape anything all apart. And it even has a painted visor, so they actually put a little bit of effort into the decoration. The figure itself just has basic civil articulation, but just like with the alien Karn, he is easily capable of moving all those parts and nothing feels janky or that it's about to fall off. He comes with a gun, and note, his hand is sculpted well enough to actually let the fingers sit in the trigger guard of the gun. That's really cool. And his other hand is sculpted the same way. There's also a peg hole on the arm and a peg hole on his back, although one of them is probably just for the screw that holds the torso together. And let's see if he can wield any of the accessories. Let's give him the big ol' this big old rocket launcher. Oh yeah, that fits pretty perfectly there. Like this goes on the shoulder. He's looking down the scope. Yeah, that works. It's a little bit loose in there. Maybe this was meant to be held by one of the other guys. We'll get back to that in another point. What about this dealie? Yep, same kind of thing. Oh, this one seems to fit better in his hand. Yeah, I think this is an accessory that he's meant to wield because it fits in his hand a little bit better. Let's try the other gun. And oh, wow, this is a pretty interestingly made one. Like it has a thumb guard. Can the robot hand hold it? Yeah, this one's a little bit clumsier. I definitely think this gun was meant for a different hand because it does not want to fit in his. And this one. That one goes. It's pretty limp in there. Oh. Given the position of the trigger, this one is meant to be held. Oh, yeah. That one goes right there neatly into his robot hand. So, yeah. So he can hold most of the gun-style accessories that come in one of the upgrade packs. And as far as what goes in the accessory packs, I'm almost certain that the night vision goggles are meant for him because he has the helmet, so this other helmet seems to go on there. It's a little loose there. I'm going to see if this goes on to other characters any better, but you can stand it up on top of his head. It does work. And there is like a little flight pack dealie that goes onto his back. Yeah, it does attach, but it's kind of low down there. I feel like if he tried to turn this thing on, he'd burn his butt. Probably what this little skirt thing is for. So yes, he can effectively wield most of the accessories. What about this nifty little hoverboard thing? I should do a separate video just for the accessories. Yes, he can stand on the hoverboard. I'm guessing most of them would be able to. The drone is pretty interesting. It's a drone. It has no peg holes anywhere, so I don't think they're supposed to hold it. You're just supposed to like fly behind them. This is a pretend toy. I'm almost certain this is meant for the girl. Yeah, it doesn't really fit in his hand very securely. This is the grappling hook. Again, it fits in his hand, but he doesn't hold it very securely. And then two handguns, Dusk and Dawn, and they go in there, but he doesn't grip them. So yeah, I'm gonna try and figure out who goes with what accessory later on. But we do know that he does come with this helmet, and he comes with the gun, and he can effectively hold. The helmet fits him perfectly, and he can effectively hold the gun he comes with, and that's that's all well and good. So, yeah, that's Steadfast. Very, very solid dude. Good guy. And let's move on to the others. Before I move on, I felt that I didn't quite show off some detailing. So let's go in. At first I thought that this was a molding error, but it's actually that they went through the effort to make like scars on Sergeant Steadfast's face. Master Sergeant Steadfast, I should say. So he actually like has a scarred face, and if you look on the other side, it's nice and smooth and chiseled. So they did go through some legit effort to make these guys look interesting and unique. And now we're moving on to Sgt Rook. He has this cool like half visor thing going on, like almost like a scouter. I think the guys from Star Fox were something like this. So yeah, like the eyes, maybe they look like Hanna-Barbera characters with the way they just kind of have a pupil painted directly onto their skin without any whites, but that's fine. Like, remember, it's $1. Like, I feel if they tried to paint the whites of the eyes in, it probably only would have made them look worse. Now, here's an interesting thing. If you look down on their armor, these guys have like peg holes for stuff to go into. But as far as I've been able to tell, none of the accessories sold in the weapons packs have pegs. So like, I don't really know what these things are supposed to connect to. Also, like, I love how they actually put like a weathering effect on the armor. So it's not just simple cast plastic. Just like with the aliens, there is some personality to this. He actually looks like a thing. He has a cool little thing. Like, he has a special gun that has a peg that goes onto his armor. That's kind of cool. And because the peg, like, if you wanted him to have like a foot gun, I don't think you can get the peg in there. Kinda, but you know, he's just shooting off to his side. But you can put it in either arm just fine. So you know, he has like a cool wrist-mounted gun that leaves his hands free. It can fold back so he can do dexterous things. So he doesn't. It's like the gun arm will block his hand. That's kind of cool. Of course, his hand is still sculpted with apparently a trigger guard. And yeah, this guy, the shoulder-mounted weaponry fits much better on this guy than it did on the Master Sergeant. So I'm guessing the guns with the shoulder mount is probably meant for him. So there we go with that. So that would make it these two weapons. They're probably the ones that are meant for him. That being said, is the headpiece good for him? No, the headpiece does not fit him because of his visor. Although given how he comes with this little thing that sticks onto his back, I suppose you could also peg it into his arm, but you know, what are you going to do with a gas can on your back, on your arm? I don't know. This is probably the figure that was meant to take this jetpack thing. So, you can plug this in. And yes, it fits on him, and it sits a little higher on his back than it did in the Master Sergeant. So I'm going to call it, this jetpack was probably meant for this character to wield. So, yeah, it's actually nice analyzing who goes with what weapons. So, the big shoulder-mounted guns. What about Old Painless here? Can he wield Old Painless? Yep, giant missile launcher. Yeah, so I'm guessing just give any of the heavy weaponry to this guy. He's designed for it. So, yeah. This is a pretty Sgt Rook, pretty cool guy. A fair amount of accessories are clearly meant for him to wield, and he has some kind of modular weapons gimmick. So if they ever make a Series 2 that has weapons that go into peg holes, then they'll probably be good for that. Oh look, he even has pegs on his shoulders. So yeah, you can put the gun on his shoulder too. Isn't that awesome? Kind of got a war machine going on now. So yeah, very cool modular armor design, compatible with a lot of the accessories that come in the accessory pack. This guy's pretty cool. So let's take a look at his rival next. Sgt Steel is giving me some big Falcon vibes, what with being the black guy with the wing pack. Kind of on the nose there, but whatever. Falcon's still awesome, so I don't consider that to be, like, derogatory. I feel like maybe a little bit more love could have been given to his paint job, because they painted his visor, but they didn't paint like the lenses of it. So like the armature, like the lenses are painted, but the armature that holds the lenses is just his skin tone. So like this is the visor holding his shades on, but it's the same color as his skin. I mean, it's not unheard of, but it is kind of weird looking, especially like in the card art, it's painted blue. I don't know. And also, it doesn't cover his ear. Like, okay, this ear is exposed. Like, he has an ear. It's on the wrong side of his head. But this part is covered up by tech greeble. That's what I'm getting at. He also has some pretty cool silver streaks put into his armor. Again, that weathered, I've been through battle effects, so I'm not all super clean and shiny. Nice that they actually go through real effort to make him look cool. He comes with this flight pack, which, now that I'm looking at the picture, I think I have upside down. Is it meant to go like this? Yeah, this way the wings go up a little bit more, and also I thought those were rockets, but I'm guessing they're supposed to be guns. Like, I'm looking at his card art and I see what look like barrels sticking up behind his head. So I'm imagining he's supposed to fly in like, you know, like he shoots out of those things. Of course, keeping gun barrels right next to your ears is probably not the best place to mount them, but I don't know, I'm not a member of Final Faction, so I'm not sure. Alright, so given how he is, I'm pretty sure he's meant to wield these handguns, because like when you're the flying guy, you don't want anything that's too heavy throwing off your flight path. And I appear to be right, because they fit very snugly into his hands and his fingers go into their trigger guards. So yep, I found his accessories. This is your light weapons specialist. I'm guessing does the grapnel also go to him? I don't think he takes the grapnel. No, I don't think he does. So yes, we have that going on, and I realized I should have tried the hoverboard out. He can stand on the hoverboard. Like I said, I'm guessing they all can, but it seems like I don't think that he would use the hoverboard because he has the wing pack. If anyone's going to use the hoverboard, it should probably be this guy, except that his feet are closer together, so he actually, like, he can stand on it, but he's only standing on one peg. The other two guys that I tried so far fit on both pegs at the same time. So I'm guessing he's probably the heavy armor guy, so flying for him is probably a bad idea. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I found the accessories that this guy's meant to wield. So let's move on to the next character in the set to see how she performs. Oh, wait, before I go on. Yeah, the owl lenses fit on his head pretty good too. Alright, so, I mean, given how they call it the owl lenses, and he is the flying guy, I feel like this might be an accessory that could be meant for him, although it doesn't really snap on very solidly. So, that's another maybe. The last human member of the team is Shift, the specialist, and her face is a little bit blander than the others, probably because she doesn't have any scars or technical greeble. She's just a pretty generic looking lady face. But aside from that, she is very well sculpted, has some nice low profile armor. She's obviously designed to be very sleek. Her garments are very, very form-fitting, clearly. Only thing I don't like about this figure is that her swords are just meant to peg onto her back as a decorative thing. Both swords are one solid piece and they don't separate from each other. Oh, no! Color me wrong! I thought this was all one solid piece, but it's actually two swords stuck in a scabbard that pegs onto her back. Oh, wow. Just when I thought I was going to get to say something derogatory about this being just a cheap dollar store item, no, it proves me wrong. So, I don't know why they have triggers on them. That could be a handguard, or they could be like the blades that they use on, like the ODM gear uses in Attack on Titan. But yeah, she can dual wield her swords with the best of them, and they slide into the scabbards on her back. I'm gonna have to use a hairdryer to straighten them out, but I'm sorry, Lady Shift. I did not mean to make fun of your swords, because you clearly can wield your weapons just as well as any of the guys can. Now, her feet are closer together than any of the other characters, so again, I don't think she's meant to be on the board, but you can at least get one peg in there, so she can ride it. And I feel like she would probably be the one that rides the board, just based on like, she's a close range attack specialist, so giving her a thing to make her more mobile on the battlefield might be the thing you want for her to have. So that's why I'm thinking that she is the one that's meant to use this accessory. Although, like I said, any of the characters can use it. So let's see if she can wield any of the accessories in the pack. All right, the night vision goggles are completely out of the question. Her hair simply gets in the way. What about this badass Bowie knife? They call it a short sword, but come on, it's a Bowie knife. And yep, that goes snugly in there. She holds it way more naturally than any of the other characters do. So this is the weapon for her. Some nice slice and dice action that can go on with her. And I feel like the grappling hook might be an appropriate bit of gear for her. Let's see if we can get the grappling hook in there. So you get that in the hand, under the trigger guard. Yep, she holds the grappling hook perfectly. So yeah, the weapons cast in black seem to be the ones that are meant for her. What about the bigger ones? What about this gun? It has a handle design that's kind of similar to the grappling gun, the grappling hook. Nope, doesn't. Nope, this one doesn't seem to want to go into her hand, at least not convincingly. I mean, she can hold it by the base, but then her finger's not in the trigger. So I don't think this one was meant for her. Actually, I didn't try it on this dude. Let's see, does that go in? But then his glove design kind of gets in the way. What is it with this gun? Like, I don't seem to find a guy that can hold this gun very comfortably. It's the design of the handle, like, because the thumb is supposed to go through that and the trigger finger. It's weird. It gets held at an awkward angle because of that. Like, I guess you can have them. Nah, it just feels weird. I don't like this gun in particular. It just doesn't seem to be very well made. All right, but you know, one gun out of all these. Can she hold the Gatling? Kinda. Yep. I mean, I feel like if you held a Gatling gun like this, it's gonna break your wrist, because this thing is probably gonna have hell of recoil. But yeah. She can. Yeah, she holds the small arms. Can she hold the small pistols that I gave to the flying guy? Yeah, she can hold the pistols too, but I will note that it feels a little bit less secure. I mean, she can hold them. Like, there's modularity in the weapons, but it's nice to see that she can wield a decent amount of the accessories as well. So that leaves only one left. Let's take a look at Akrum. Akrum is a big boy. He is significantly larger than the human characters. It's just showing that off. He's like a whole head taller, and he looks really cool. He's had like a shiny paint job given to him to make him look way more metallic. Really nice job they did there. And he is covered with peg holes. This thing is obviously meant to wield a whole bunch of different accessories. But given how he has the pegs in his hands, it means that he isn't compatible with any of the upgrade accessories at all. He can't wield any of them. Yeah, not even this drone. There's nothing. He's covered in peg holes begging for accessories, but nothing will actually fit in them. The only thing that would actually go in is this little gun with the peg that was meant for Rook. And even then, it doesn't really want to go into any of these holes. These holes feel like they're just a tiny bit smaller. Yeah. I mean, I got it in there. And now it's off camera. So yeah, like, it's kind of a shame. Like, this guy is begging to have all kinds of accessories kitted onto him, but he doesn't actually have any that work. He's not compatible with any of the weapons. He can't hold any of the weapons, and he can't peg into any of them either. Can he at least ride the thing, the hoverboard? Yeah. Yes, he can ride the hoverboard. So that's one accessory he's compatible with. So he only appears to be compatible with accessories that other characters come with. Like this pack here, like and even then, like, his holes feel like they're drilled a little bit smaller than the other characters. So they're not actually, like, yeah. I mean, it's a good thing that this guy looks cool just on his own, but it's also a shame that he apparently doesn't have any accessories. Like, my guess is maybe there's a third weapon pack that has accessories specifically made for him, but I was only able to find 2 accessory packs for the Alpha Team. If there was a third, that would make sense because there's 3 weapon packs for the Karn. So if there's 3 weapon packs for Alpha Team, that would make sense with the third pack specifically having the Robos accessories in it. But I've been to Dollar Tree plenty of times. I've seen the Final Faction stuff for sale a whole lot, and I did not see a third weapon pack that was different from the first 2. So my guess is that this guy is really waiting for a second wave if that ever comes out. But yeah, like, I haven't been talking about articulation because it's all very basic. Everybody has swivel shoulders, swivel hips, usually legs that go forward more than back, swivel heads, and then yeah, the legs can't go back because of the sculpt of the butt. But yeah. But yeah, these guys are still, they are really cool looking, and I can't say anything too negative about them because they're only $1. For $1, these are good. These are good $1 toys. So with that, I have completed the review of the entire Final Faction series. I don't know if there's ever going to be a wave 2, but hit up your local Dollar Tree because you'll be able to buy the entire set for $13, including the weapon upgrades. And that's just a pretty good bargain. This is a good way to get your kids into action figure collecting, I'm guessing, because, like, they're super cheap, so your kid can get the whole set all at once. Alright, so thank you for following me on this little journey. I'm going to get to some proper custom videos very soon, and this is Wake Angel 2001 signing off.